Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, January 26th, 2023. Already a month gone in January in 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type can carry substantial risk and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. Okay, let's look at crude this morning. And long was too far too soon. So our first trade is 904.40. Entry at 81.68. We get as low as we touch 68 exactly. Now that very likely is an avoidable trade. It goes for a full stop if not. So then we come back with, I'm going to assume that one is avoided. Come back and get this one at 909.11. And that one, I'm afraid, we definitely do end up in that trade. That goes to a stop and reverse. Which actually would be at 98, which would push up to 82.01 with a major key level. And unfortunately, that ends up stopping and reversing back to short just now. Entry at 81.98, so that's at 94. And actually, that puts 94 puts it right on the 20 SMA. Yeah. These are big adjustments, and I don't really like making that size adjustments, but the way these are setting up, it's kind of necessary. And that does trigger in even at 93. So, yeah, money management is is at 83, minimum of 10 ticks. So we would use targets 2 and 3. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Pamela. Do say hello in the chat. It's always nice to know who's in the room. All right. Under a minute to go. YM is flat, as is soybeans. Unleaded gas. We pick up 903.49, our first trade. That's a break even. And we are in our session. 922, that's a short. That is valid, and we are short. And soybeans gets a long that just definitely triggered in. So the YM is short. YM touched money management. Stop is at 21. and stops out at 21. Russell picks up a long trade. Plenty of time to get into that. That's catapult on the Russell using a 1.5 point brick or 15 tick brick size with a half point or 5 tick offset. Long trade on the YM. 40. Looks like probably plenty of chance to get into that. That's going to go to target 1, and that will be a POQ trade. Soybeans also hitting target 1. Stop comes to 15.11.50. So that was a 7-tick target. And I believe we just hit, we just hit target 2 for another 12 ticks. So that will be one and done. The Russell with a target 3, target 4 win right out of the gate. Nice trailer as well, getting in between almost to target 4. Stopped out at 19.9. And stopping out of the YM trade at, looks like 398. Yes, or 938, I'm sorry. So the YM is POQ. Stop on the soybeans is 12 and a quarter. And soybeans going through target 3 and headed well up. Stop now at 13.5. That is a quarter point tick market. Target 3 was worth 16, so we got 35 ticks on our targets. 14 flat for the stop. Russell stopped out of that trade. Yeah, we covered that. So anyway, back to crude, or I'm sorry, to unleaded. Break even, money management trade. Yeah, it's exactly break even because of key level adjustment there. And we pick up a short that meanders about, and a stop and reverse to long at 65.21. Gets target 1 and target 2, and a trailer up between target 2 and target 3. So that's going to get both target 1 and target 2 traders to POQ. 34 ticks to target 1, 53 ticks to target 2. And we go from 521 to 583, so another 62 ticks on the trailer. 96 for target 1 traders, 115 for target 2 and POQ. And our meandering crude trade is trying to get down to money management. This is trade number 3. This is the last trade of the session. Soybeans stopped out at 17.75 from 11.25, 6.5 points on the trailer. Plus 8.75. off the targets gives us 15 and 15 points on the nose. No, 15 and a quarter, excuse me. And good morning, Oshad. Now we're going to have to track this crude trade manually because it hit its posted money management, but our money management is down at 83 because of the stop and reverse adjustment plus the chart level adjustment around the 20 SMA. All right, so we got the POQ on unleaded. Let's take a look at, and right at our start time, we pick up a and yeah, we're going to definitely end up in that one, and that's going to be a loss. But then we transition to a long. We got a 12-second bar on the second bar after setup. Definitely should be in this trade. And actually, we just hit money management, and that's probably going to be a break-even stop. That it should be a break-even stop if you move the stop intra-bar. Market's moving around quickly this morning. Yeah, there was our break-even stop at 58.75, so that's where we would have exited there. Good morning, Trader Man. All right, the one that I haven't talked about yet is the Pound Aussie. 5 seconds after our start time, at 8:30:05, we pick up a short at 74.09. That triggers in, tests the 50 EMA for resistance a couple of times, and then ultimately comes on down, picks up money management, target 1 and target 2. So target 1 was 13 ticks, target 2 was 22 pips, excuse me. Target 2 is 22 pips. So that picks us 35 pips, and we trail down to 73.96, which actually looks like that is target 1. Yeah, that was target 1. So that's another 13 pips times 3 positions. So that's 39 to go with our 35, gives us 74 pips on the day and a one and done session. We have a new long trade on the Russell. That would be an avoidable trade. It did reach the entry, but I wasn't watching it, but I suspect it was too fast to trade. MNQ was a short that looks like it probably was tradable. And now I short on the Russell. And that's going to be our 14 ticks. So that's going to, I think that one's iffy, but it's going to be it's a break-even trade. So we'll take it. Win, break even there. MNQ has been loss, break even, and we are. This is going to be a big. This is going to be a target one. Take profit at target one trade on the MNQ. Big trade because of the wick. Yeah, 32.5 points on target one. That's more than our normal target two. And we still got 19 minutes before our 10 a.m. crude mini session. Now, Russell is, that's one of those cases where the Russell is a break even on intra-bar movement of the stop, but it is a successful trade if you wait to the close of the bar. So I will take that one as a break even. MNQ continuing to move down. There is target one. 32.5 points. I would take that. Break even stop at 43.25. The Russell stopping out of its short trade, so now we're looking for a new trade there. Size of this trade is going to give it a little bit of room to move. And it's stop and reverse. We're in positive territory, so you may or may not adjust this one. Has not triggered in, but it is a valid trade. At 31.50 from 43.50, it's a 12-point gain, and it just touched the entry. If you didn't get filled, I'd push it up to 31.75. Or maybe even 32, as big as these are. Given the type of down move we're seeing, I would have gone ahead and taken my stop and reverse adjustment on this one. So call it 32.50, and we're still in the short. That looked more like a reaction move. And hopefully we'll see subsequent action move continuing downward. Russell with a new short that we had plenty of time to get into, and then even just hit it again. The long trade is off the table. No, it's not off the table because we haven't had a crossover. Actually, yes, it is off the table because it did touch the unadjusted entry and hit the stop, then went back to the stop. So that trade is off the table if you're not already in it. The Russell reaching money management again. 051 for the stop. Major key level adjustment. Target 3 on the Russell. There's a new short on the YM if you did end up taking a loss on the long. If you're still in the original short, continuing down. You too, Arshad. If you want to lock in profit, you can use the break-even stop on the subsequent trade. We actually did hit target 2 of the prior trade. Target 3 is at 65.50, and we hit that as well. So we are trailing, and so this is a good trailer. And stopping out at 84.25. So that would have been just a target 2 win on the subsequent trade, but if you managed to stay out of the long, you ended up winning. Let's go here and look at this. Yeah, you targets 1, 2, and 3. 32 and a half, 55 and a quarter, and 78 points. And then stopping out at 984 and a quarter from our entry all the way up at 043.50. So 43 and a half plus 15 and 3/4, 58, 59 and a quarter points on the trailer. So that's a big win. All right, 8 minutes to our crude long trade. All right, the Russell targets 3-4 and trailing now at 1901.2. MNQ with a long trade. Trade number 4, if you didn't get into the other mess, that would have been 4 and 5. This would be trade number. This would be the last trade if you did get in the prior long. YM has been in positive territory all session until just moments ago. Pushed to set a new session low at 33,769. And Russell Russell just setting a new session low as well. That's also been in positive territory for pretty much the whole session. Okay, let's get the lines on the last trade. That's gone too far, so we'll be looking for a new trade come our start time. $98.2 for the Russell stop, and a full stop out for the MNQ with now a short setup. If you took the loss on the intervening long trade, then that is loss number 3, and that ends the session. But if not, this is trade number 5, and it's still valid because we have not hit the entry yet. Five minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. Russell stop at 97.7 now. All right, this is a valid trade on the MNQ. We hit the stop before we hit the entry, so this trade is valid even though the calculator's not tracking it. That's money management. Stop will come to 71.20, 71 and a quarter, I believe, or 71 even. Entry was at 71.50. Yeah, 71 and a quarter for the stop. Russell stop now at 96.7. In under 3 minutes. All right, 2 minutes to go. All right, break even stop on the MNQ. The Russell stopped out at 96.7. A new long trade on crude, still not quite to our session. Another 50 seconds. So that is a get in sync long trade, 81.38. Another 20 seconds. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. And there is our, so order in at 81.38. And now we get a short, 81.23. That did just trigger in. And 13, it looks like 13 or 14 for money management. Yeah, money management's at 13. That's a 200 EMA trade and not necessarily part of the basic trade plan. That's a diamond, spotlight diamond level trade. All right, target one and a stop out. So that's a one and done on crude. $22 for the stop. We did get target at 12. And that's a one and done. And yeah, getting noisy on the market indices now at 10 o'clock. Just wait and see. So that looks like about time to call it a day unless there are questions. Avoidable trade on the Russell. Avoidable full stop. There's a long on the Russell. Yeah, that did trigger in 98.6. Here's another one of those big trades. Fair possibility of getting into that. But we're done with our session on the MNQ. Thank you, Trader Man. And full stop out on the Russell. I believe that'll end that session as well. So I believe that's everything on here. And I will see everybody next week. Regular schedule as far as I'm aware at this point. I will post try to post the sessions in the YouTube channel on Discord, as well as, of course, on the YouTube channel. So everybody have a good afternoon. You're quite welcome, Pamela. Have a good afternoon, a good weekend, and we will see everybody next Tuesday. You have a great weekend as well, Miles. Thank you.